Hey guys, so I have had I actually purchased a public lab spectrometer because of um, um, my, my rotary garden. I'm designing my own light bar, and I wanted to use LEDs, and the hard part is finding LED suppliers that actually supply the lights with PAR, which is photo activation, radiation, photosynthesis, something. It's the measurement that how well the plants can use the energy from whatever distance, and instead of luxes and lumens and all of that doesn't really have anything to do with as well for plants as they're better for humans. So to just calibrate and make sure, I actually got the Public Lab Spectrometer 3.0. It was actually very easy to put together, and I have some really bad hand issues for really tiny work. The thing that they did though is they give you the DVD cut in pieces, but it's not separated. So what you have to actually do is, once you cut it, I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but these are Maxell DVD-Rs. They're actually kind of really easy to separate, and I think cutting it with really hard, bad scissors, it kind of, makes it open a little better. But I don't know if you can see that or not, but you see there's a purple dye haze on it, and I was having the hardest time getting it off evenly and completely, because although some of the instructions said, you can leave the purple haze on, it's not going to do anything, me with my basic science, I'm thinking, well, there's got to be some interference with the green light, which is of course one that we need. So I read, and there was a bunch of people who were having the same issues. So anyway, I tried a bunch of different stuff, soap and water, all that stuff. I couldn't get it to come off. I read one thing that said use isopropyl alcohol. Now, really look at this label. 70% isopropyl rubbing alcohol. I could get some of it off, but I couldn't get, I'd have to rub so hard that it ended up actually like leaving a really bad smudge kind of cut marks. So what I noticed when I was at Walmart the other day, and nobody said this in any of the videos, when we were in chemistry in high school, back in the early 80s, we always had different kinds of alcohol, and I forgot that, and I was in Walmart the other day and went to get some more alcohol for cleaning, some stuff that I'm cleaning for my project, and I always got this one because it was just the one I always saw. Now, they had a specialty area where I saw this red label one, and it's 91% rubbing alcohol. Now, I will tell you, if you get this on your skin, you know how this alcohol, after it dries, the smell kind of goes away, but this almost leaves a smell like vinegar does. But, well, it's not the smell of vinegar, but it's the smell of alcohol. You know how vinegar kind of stands around. But anyway, this is just pouring it on it. You can still see some purple in there, but not a lot. So I just poured it on there, and I didn't even have to rub. So if you're having the same problems, maybe it has to do with the quality of the discs. These are Maxell Golds. DVD-Rs are, all these high compression, whatever. So maybe it's a quality, the ink is better, I don't know. But using this 91%, you pour it on, it came right off. And I'm going to try to do, I've never done a demonstration before, so I don't know if this is going to work right, but my neighbor gave me this. He had an old bottle of it, but it's on one side, so I don't know if you can see that or not, but it seriously just separated it right then and there without even rubbing it, and you can see it comes off, and you can do it that way and use a soft cloth, or you can just do it that way but no soaking, no rubbing, no nothing. And it literally, once it dries, doesn't leave a haze. Oop, I just dropped my spectrometer. There's no white haze on there, which when I rubbed and rubbed and rubbed with the 70%, I got a haze. Oh, and one more thing, for the light bar. Sorry. So, these do not work very well. I'm just going to tell you, I watched every video, I tried doing it inverted like it said in the video. It worked better, but I couldn't get all three of the, I couldn't get all three of the diodes to light up with it. So what I did was I actually just went back and if you actually cut them in half and did it that way on some of them, but you can see most of these are ones that I kept the original. It comes with two of these things at the end, but what I was also finding is that after running it back and forth, even though it says it can run, the lights were a lot less bright on the end. So this way I cut it into threes, and they all have their own power supply, and they are all nice and bright. And again, I'm still using a, what is this power supply? It's a, it's not even that big. I thought it was bigger before, but it's actually like, oh, it's a 400 watt, and I've already got half of my lights on here. So definitely, if you want to learn how to do this, if you have old power supplies laying around, definitely look back at my other videos. Also, the gentleman that I mention a lot in all my other videos, and of course now that I want to mention him, I can't remember his name, thank you brain, but he's the one who gave me the idea for using the power supply and instead of buying those LED ones. So go back and look at my video on what wires to use. They're usually just the black and the yellow, and you do have to actually, well, go back and watch the other video, because you have to actually pick some of the, here it is, you have to pick a black and a green and put it together, because that's the switch, but you'll only be using the black and the yellow wires. I actually was using some of the red from there to do my rewiring, because I'm going to put a cap on the end of here, and then that way you can't see it, but this isn't rotating, it goes right down the center of there. So, oh, and I finished my little thing for putting the water tank up there to use that instead of needing a water pump to make it squirt. We're just going to use gravity and a switch, and it's going to and down. And I got this nice cheap no PB, whatever that's called, because I wanted to try to stay as green as possible. This has got the no, whatever the bad stuff is, no BPA. And oh my god, this 90 stuff, you can smell it, and it doesn't even really smell like what you're used to smelling. That 70%, it almost smells like vinegar. And but anyway, just that alone, and you can see how easy it came off. Just remember, don't leave the alcohol on there too long, because it is a strong base. So anyway, if you have any questions about this, please let me know. Remember, this is a non-rotating stationary LED light bar, and you can get the 4:1 ratio lights, which is what I wanted. That means one, well, for every 4 reds, there's 1 blue, and that's what gives it the, there's 5:1s out there, but you really need the blue in there, and that's how you get the green in there, is the, I know everybody's like yellow, but remember what red is made up of. So there is a green that comes out of it. So once I get my little piece done for my, God, that light doesn't hurt, but it's just weird when you turn away to regular light. It looks almost kind of like yellow gray. But once I put this in here and calibrate it properly, then I can actually measure the strength of what band of light gets at each distance. So I'll be able to calculate as the plant grows this way, how much energy it's getting. So I'll be doing like I'm going to build a thing to hold it and then adjust it at different levels, and then that way I can calculate it. And if I need more light, then I have room to add 2 more of those, and I'm almost a bazillion times positive that I won't need to go that far, because even just trying to use it with one of my friends' spectrometers, it was way over what I needed. And of course, that's not going to harm the plants as long as you keep that light out of it, which is, the plants don't even see it, but it can actually get harmed by too much of the light it doesn't need. So anyway, remember 91 isopropyl alcohol at Walmart. It is a little more expensive than this. I think it was like 52 cents more. But it's funny because it tells you what it does on here, and it's exactly the same thing. However, because of the concentration, it will definitely affect certain things more. And of course, please be careful, because more of a basic can cause just as much damage as an acid. So remember, emotions are gifts you give yourself. Nobody can give them or take them away from you. And you guys love yourself and have a great day. Bye.